Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, subscribe. I'm Taylor-Rai. Last name Taylor, first name Taylor-Rai. Today I'm going to be doing a story time and a little mukbang. I'm drinking Ice Mountain spring water and some regular potato chips. But basically, long story short, I was a side chick. I make this long story long. Basically, to give you a background, I was dating this guy. He was 2 years older than me. So I was a freshman. He was a senior. We were in love. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to call him F. For F boy. I was about to cuss. And basically, long story short, I was a side chick in his relationship, his current relationship. If you know this person, don't say his name. I'm chill. It don't matter. I need some content, so I'm going to use him for some clout. So basically, me and him have a nice little future, cute little thing going on. Me and him were never like in a serious relationship, ever. We called each other best friends. We called each other our boo things. We said we were talking. We never had an actual title. So this is through high school, my freshman year, my sophomore year, I believe. And no, it can't be my freshman year because I was dating my first serious boyfriend for 8 months, and I know we led that into our freshman year, so it has to be my sophomore year. So me and F, we basically like broke up over this little prom thing. He basically didn't take me to prom, and he took his now current girlfriend to prom, and I was a hot mess. And I was real cool though. Like, he would have never known, because we used to talk through Twitter DMs, and he had tweeted something about prom, and I was like, have a nice night at prom. I didn't know who he was going with. I didn't know he had a date. I was just saying that because prom is prom, and that's how you celebrate your senior year or your junior year. So I see the prom photos on his Instagram, and I'm like, oh my god, who is this girl? So I liked the photo, I believe, or maybe I liked it in my head. And a couple of months prior to prom, me and him were still having conversation, flirting, being our cute little selves. So I'm like, oh, he got a whole prom date that nobody knew about. I mean, his best friend knew, and she knew, and his best friend prom date knew. But nobody wanted to tell Taylor because nobody was Team Taylor. Nobody was on my side. Not one person. Not even my best friend at the time. Because my best friend at the time had conversation with him and probably knew. I don't like people. So I'm salty. He's gone. He's graduated. We get into some arguments, and his last day of school, he's walking out. He's doing the senior walkout. I don't really talk to him. I'm crying, and I think we have a conversation. I'm like, you never have a conversation with me. You never tell me how you are. Da 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 da. That was sophomore year when he graduated. Fast forward to my senior year. He lives with his girlfriend at the time in a city that's like a couple hours away. So one day he comes down. I believe it's either for his best friend's birthday. At the time, now in this time period of my story, my best friend is dating his best friend. So yeah, we were gonna go on a double date, basically. If y'all can put two and two together, we're gonna go on a double date. So we go to the movies. We go see Kevin Hart. What now? We're in the movie theater. He's giggling and all this stuff. At this time, I don't know if he has a girlfriend or not. And yes, I bring up the question. I'm not just like, oh, okay, I got my chance to slide back in his life and all that. I ask for everyone that knows the story or think they know the story. I ask. So we're in the movie theater, and I think he starts like finding reasons to touch me, like tickling my belly and touching my shoulder and poking my face and stuff like that, trying to be cute or whatever. And he finds some way to kiss me. Right before he kissed me, I'm like, don't you have a girlfriend? He was like, no. I was like, okay. So I kissed him. This is during the movie, towards the end. The movie was good. If you haven't seen one now, it's actually on Netflix, and you should go check it out. So we're basically in the movie theater. We're walking out. It's a double date, and we're still having a conversation about the situation. And we walk out of the movie theater. We're trying to make plans to figure out what we want to do now. And basically, long story short, we go back to my best friend's mother's apartment. She still lived with her mom, that type of situation. So we go back and we're all just chilling in the apartment. And then we're watching movies and hanging out and on Snapchat. But the car ride to my best friend's mom's apartment, he is on his Snapchat trying to put me on his Snapchat. And I'm like, you said you had a girlfriend. Or you had a girlfriend and you're single now. Still weird, because even if you did break up with her, it couldn't have been more than a month. So he has me on a Snapchat, and I think he has me on my Snapchat because, you know, exchanging phones and stuff in the backseat. So he's on the Snap, and my best friend at the time is like,
oh, you need to stop before you get yourself in trouble.
So I'm like, okay, if that's a hint, you still got a girlfriend, somebody needs to tell me. Nobody tells me these things. I'm not blaming this situation on other people, but like, if y'all know that his girlfriend is still in the picture, why ain't nobody tell me? Nobody, not one person. Like, if you know for a fact that she's in the picture, tell me for a fact that you know she's in the picture. But that's another story for another day. So we're at the apartment, and we basically have to walk the boys out of the apartment. So we're walking the boys out. This is where the story gets kind of good, because this boy in this hallway picks me up by my waist, cute little whatever you want to call it, like the movie kisses, and he kisses me. And then after the kiss, I'm like, do you have a girlfriend? He was like, are you gonna ask me again? I was like, don't need to put this on me, but last time I checked, which was a couple of years ago, because I didn't tell you guys that I've been blocked from his social media for like 3+ years. So I don't know if I'm a side chick at the time. I don't know if I'm the main chick at the time, but he made it seem like I was the one and only at the time, which was not the truth, obviously, because this is called the time I was the side chick, because obviously that's what I was. So then he leaves and he goes back to his city where he was staying at, where his girl was, but he wasn't dating her. Yeah, the story didn't add up. So he would FaceTime me while he was in that city, same city his girl was from. And he would go into work, and his coworkers would be like, who you on FaceTime with? He'd be like, oh, this is my girl. These are your coworkers in the same city that your girl or your ex-girl used to live in, and you just calling me a title on FaceTime. But I know for a fact she's picked you up from work, or she's coming to your store, she's dropped you off at work. Like, you can't do that. That's not okay. Also, I briefly forgot to talk about how I sent him a text message that is also on my Twitter about me going off, and I'll have screenshots of those in here. So then, fast forwarding, because I don't want to give a lot of details because it might give some stuff away. He would block me, and he would cut off all contact with me. And this happens a lot because it used to happen in high school also. So we cut off contact. This is my senior year, which is not that long ago, almost a year ago. And he got off contact. We didn't speak to each other. And then, let's say a couple of months ago, before 2018, like December or November, I don't remember, he hits up my little sister. My little sister talked to his little brother, which is kind of creepy because they all look alike, and it's creepy because they all act alike also. So they basically set up a conversation and was like, oh, you should talk to my sister about how you feel. My sister Petty, shout out to you because you're petty. And he got my Snapchat and we started having a conversation. We were streaks. He was telling me about, he basically was getting relationship advice on his relationship from me. And I'm a very blunt person, so I gave him relationship advice. And then we just stopped talking about the situation. We FaceTime a couple of times. Like, I'm cool. I'm mutual with all my exes. As long as you ain't do no stupid stuff. So, the last time we had a conversation, he was trying to get me to break up with my boyfriend. No, that's not gonna work. So, we stopped talking. We were just Snapchat streaks, and we would Snapchat streak photos. Like, good morning streaks, good night streaks, that type of thing. Until one day, I think he unadded me, or blocked me, or his girl blocked me. And I tried to send him a streak photo, and it wouldn't send, and it was saying that it was a problem. So I just unadded him. And to this day, the last contact he's had with me in some form is telling my little sister that he was single. So what was I supposed to do? Add him back on Snap and ask him about his problems? I don't know. What have you have done? I don't know. But that's basically the story of, I guess you can say, my first time being the side chick, because it wasn't my last, because obviously I didn't learn. That was my first time being the side chick. Or my most recent time being the side chick. If you want more story times, like this video. And that is my story of me being the side chick, because I am always and will be the side chick. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I didn't do that. Do that right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And if you want to see more of me, my social medias are in the description box. Thanks for watching.